Last night a DJ saved my life with a song. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life from a broken heart. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life with a song. Hey, listen up to your local DJ. You better hear what he's got to say.
Okay. Yeah, there ain't a problem that I can't fix, cause I do it in the mix. And if your man gives you trouble just to move out on the double, and you don't let it trouble your brain, cause away goes trouble down the drain. I said away goes trouble down the drain.
Well, alright. Well, alright. Hey, listen up to your local DJ. You better hear what he's got to say. It's not a problem that I can't fix, cause I could do it
in the mix, in the mix, in the mix, in the mix, in the mix.
It's not a problem that I can't fix, cause I could do it
In the mix, 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 mix.
Yeah, in the mix is a problem I can fix. Wow. Flush it down. That's what happens when people are selling illicit drugs. When the police come knocking, that's what you do.
Yes, we've seen it in the movies.
Yeah, by scope.
They run to the nearest toilet.
Absolutely. Last night a DJ saved my life. Radio 2000, our music, your memory. It's a Friday. Yeah, it's a Friday, yo. 3:30, time for the headlines.
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
News headlines at 3:30 on Radio 2000. I am Ndamase. The National Prosecuting Authority has confirmed that Enyobeni Tavern owner Vuyokazi Ndevu is the registered licensee and has been added in the case of her husband Siyakwamkela Ndevu, the registered manager of the tavern. Two men who allegedly attempted to kidnap a child have been burnt to death inside their vehicle, allegedly by community members in Njelele in Limpopo. Today, an African Farmers Association of South Africa, AFASA in Limpopo, says restrictions on the movement of cattle are taking a toll on its members. I am Ndamase for Radio 2000 News. More news at 4 with Evelyn Dongwane.
Thank you, Ndela. Let us kick off with some football news in this hour where Mamelodi Sundowns co-coach Mangoba Mzaca feels that SuperSport United could actually come with a lot more energy and focus after losing to them in the MTN 8 last weekend. Now, SuperSport hosts Sundowns at the Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium this evening, determined to get what would only be their second victory of the current campaign. Sundowns, meanwhile, are looking to go to the top of the standings ahead of Soweto Giants Orlando Pirates, who play Maritzburg United at the Herikwala Stadium tomorrow. So just looking at the fixtures for this weekend, tonight at 7:30 it is at kickoff of SuperSport United and Mamelodi Sundowns, and then tomorrow at 3 Stellenbosch FC, they are hosting Richards Bay, and then Lamontville Golden Arrows will host Chippa United, and then at 5:30 there's Sekhukhune United playing against Real AM, with Kaizer Chiefs taking on AmaZulu, and then in the evening at 8 it's a kickoff between TS Galaxy and Cape Town City, and then on Sunday the early kickoff at 3 o'clock it is Marumo Gallants playing against Solos FC, and then at 5:30 it's Maritzburg United taking on Orlando Pirates. Looking abroad, Liverpool have signed Juventus midfielder Arthur Melo on loan until the end of the season. The Brazil international, who's 26 years old, made 31 appearances for Juventus last term, but has not played in this campaign. Meanwhile, Chelsea have signed forward Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in a £10.3 million deal from Barcelona and Juventus midfielder Denis Zakaria on loan. Now, Aubameyang scored 13 goals in 24 appearances for Barca after joining the Spanish club in February from Arsenal. Left back Marcos Alonso has left Chelsea by mutual consent and is expected to sign for Barcelona. Chelsea have the option to actually sign Zakaria on a permanent deal. On to tennis news. Serena and Venus Williams' doubles return proved short-lived as they fell to a first-round defeat at the US Open. Teaming up for the first time since 2018 and probably the last time, they lost 7-6, 6-4 to Czech's Lucy Hadreka as well as Linda Noskova. Together, the American grades have won 14 Grand Slams doubles titles. Serena Williams, who is 40, is due to retire after the tournament, while the future plans of her elder sister Venus at the age of 42 still remain unknown. And in motorsports news, Max Verstappen suffered a car failure earlier in the Dutch Grand Prix first practice and managed only 7 laps as Mercedes set the pace there with a 1-2. Verstappen stopped on the track with team boss Christian Horner saying that he lost his drive while shifting gear. Now, he was the fastest at the time but slipped down to 19th out of 20 runners. Now, George Russell was fastest there. He was somehow 0.24 seconds from Mercedes teammate Lewis Hamilton, with Carlos Sainz finishing third. In the name of the game, right here on the Glenzito Super Drive, I am Lelo Mzaca.
Radio 2000 has signed a code of conduct that is enforced by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. In terms of the code, we are committed to broadcasting news that is accurate, comment that is fair, and programming that is not harmful to children, does not amount to hate speech, and contains no gratuitous violence or explicit sex. If you think we are not living up to this code, you may inform the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. Direct any complaints in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa, PO Box 412365, Craig Hall 2024, or email bccsa@nabsa.co.za. For more information, please visit www.bccsa.co.za. Radio 2000, our music, your memories.
Play Lotto this Saturday for a massive 86 million rand estimated jackpot. And you could join Mzaca's latest multi-millionaire who won over 63 million rand on Powerball this Tuesday. You could be 6 numbers away to jackpot winner status. So don't delay. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD. Panda, Pusha, play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
Hey, buddy, it's me, your car. Wow, we've been through a lot over the years, eh? Many roads, many towns, so many memories. But listen, it's time to move on, eh? Go and get yourself a fresh new ride. But just promise me one thing. Let me go the right way. Let me go to We Buy Cars. We Buy Cars, the best way to sell your car by far.
Angola made it count in their home ground with a 2-0 victory against South Africa in the African Nations Championship CHAN qualifiers. It is now Bafana Bafana's turn to show the world they can do it in their own backyard. 2 nations, but only 1 ticket available to destination Algeria. Can Africa Tonga produce evidence that it is not yet over? Or will the Portuguese-speaking nation seal the deal and collect the only ticket up for grabs for the 7th edition of CHAN? Catch South Africa and Angola in the final leg of the CHAN qualifiers on Sunday 4 September at 2:30 p.m. live on SABC1. # We Love It Here. Brought to you by SABC Sport.
All the hits, all day, all night. Feel good music, Radio 2000.
just tuned in, we're going to take a quick break. We've got Fashionable Fridays, and today we've got... I've never met this guy. I've just seen him on TV, dressing up people, high-end fashion. We'll also ask him if he does any stuff for men. I think there's a lot of discrimination that happens here as far as Gert is concerned, but I'm sure he'll answer that question. Gert, Johan, Coetzee.
Hello. Wow. Thank you so much for that introduction. I'm so honored.
Lokasosa Cracker. Take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Play Lotto this Saturday for a massive 86 million rand estimated jackpot. And you could join Mzaca's latest multi-millionaire who won over 63 million rand on Powerball this Tuesday. You could be 6 numbers away to jackpot winner status. So don't delay. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD. Panda, Pusha, play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
The game of football starts prior to the actual kickoff time. Have you all heard? The Premier League preview show is now on your remote control. The beautiful game has a commanding voice. Football pundits analyze upcoming fixtures. The mentors dish out game plans to conquer against their opponents. Fans remain convinced their team will be crowned champs of maximum points. The Premier League preview show is now available to you live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. on the SABC Sport channel on DTT OpenView 124. Hashtag We Love It Here. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport. For the love of the game.
Laughter, fear, joy, and admiration are all the feels needed to honor creative excellence. S3 brings you the South African Film and Television Awards, hosted by Mpa Pops, Kuto Teledi, and Royal Demoni. And the Golden Horn goes to S3. 8 September, 6:30 red carpet and 7 p.m. live show. Make sure to tune in on the live broadcast at 7 p.m. only on
Feel one with the drive in the Mazda CX-5 2-liter active manual from only 5,799 per month, over 72 months with a 10% deposit, linked interest at 7.97%, total cost 616,858, balloon payment 200,200. T's and C's apply. Finance subject to credit approval. Mazda Finance is a product of West Bank, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.
Stay in touch with us. YouTube,
Radio 2000_ZA.
Yeah, in case you've learned that, it's the Glen Super Drive. It's Radio 2000, our music, your memories. It's a Friday. Hope you're good wherever you are. In case you've just learned it, you are at the right place and the right time. We are here until 6 p.m. So every Friday is this time. We've got Fashionable Fridays because we like fashion. We love clothes. We'd rather starve. And in the studio today, we've got Gert Johan Coetzee. I think I'm meeting him for the very first time today, so very excited. Thank you very much. He has dressed many A-list celebrities. Have you dressed Abasitan?
Of course. Sisbasi.
Sisbasi Bonang?
Many times.
1,000 times. Ne?
1,000 times.
And Miss Universe?
Sure, we had such a good run with Miss Universe this last weekend, 2 weeks ago with Miss South Africa, where we dressed the Harnaz, Miss Universe from India, and that was such an honor because she's such a lovely lady, and that's always what's the fun thing about working with all like these true celebrities, you know, like women of substance.
Yeah,
they always have such beautiful hearts as well as an exterior, so it's like a beautiful experience to always work with these beautiful ladies. They inspire me.
Yeah, hopefully very soon you'll work with men of substance.
I do. I mean, Beyonce's dad is one of my clients. I do work with men.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Beyonce's dad. Okay, it's just one man. Out of men.
To name a few. To name a few.
To name a one. You
know, I must go with the highlight pack, right? The highlight reel. That's why we're here.
Oprah Winfrey?
Yes, Miss Winfrey. Yeah, that was amazing.
What about the Kardashians?
The Kardashians, they are there. Kelly Rowland, Lizzo.
Love Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, Kelly
I think
Rowland's
I've met her
amazing.
once. Yeah.
She's beautiful also, right?
Yeah.
But I was so excited to see one of my beaded pieces on Lizzo for her show.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was quite exciting. And I think always for South Africa, as well as for me, such a big highlight when you see any South African designer's clothes on an international stage, because it just shows you that, you know what, we are in Africa, but we are there in the world. We are representing, and we are on those people's shopping lists. And that is one of the biggest things, just to be on the shopping list.
I mean, would you? I know you've worked hard to be where you are. Would you say, social media has actually helped give a lot of, especially artists in Africa, a lot of exposure?
I have had a 12-year fashion career, and what I've seen in my life is, and that's the good thing about getting older and having lots of work experience, is that you kind of like see the trends develop. I'm sure you guys have discussed on Fashion Fridays how trends kind of repeat themselves, and I'm lucky now. After 10 years, it's starting to repeat itself, and now I'm starting to see things that I saw 10 years ago happening again. So that's quite exciting. And I definitely think I started before social media. I mean, I was in the days where we were on the tabloids and the newspapers and the back of Huisgenoot, you and Dram, and that was kind of how people got to know us. Where now I've developed into a social media kind of brand, and I think the ethos of my whole brand is very much built around that social media platform, where we kind of like use that to get the message out. And what's fabulous about that is then I can really tell people my story and show them what I see fashion must look like.
Incredible. So for those who've just tuned in, we're chatting to Gert, Johan Coetzee on Fashionable Fridays. Gert, by the way, is celebrating 12 years in fashion, and he's teamed up with Northwest School of Design to make one designer's dreams come true for the 2023 academic year. And Gert is in the studio. Northwest.
Yes, that's where I'm from, hey.
Are you from which part of Northwest?
I'm everywhere. I'm from Rusty. I'm actually from Coetzee. I don't know if you know Coetzee.
I know Coetzee because I used to work in Mafeking.
Mafeking, same place.
So once in a while I would go past Coetzee.
Same WhatsApp group.
Or either Lichtenberg,
Derby. So that is where I'm from. And then I went to Klerksdorp to go and study because my story is very interesting because I never finished school. So when I was around standard 7, standard 8, this fashion thing just took over. I had a business, I was employing people, and my parents just thought that I'm wasting my time in school. So I went to Klerksdorp, to the Northwest School of Design, to go and study fashion there. And that is where my journey started. And what I like about my bursary program is that the kids go to the same school that I went. So they have the same foundation as I do. And then what I've noticed in the industry is that there's so many great programs out there, but they don't really like round it up and finish it. So I wanted to create a bursary program that you get to study for free on me for the 3 years. And then you come in your holiday time and you come and work in my studio, so that you really get to see what the ins and outs of not just the actual making of a handbag and a dress and whatnot is, but also the business side, what it takes to manage people. Because I'm sure many of the listeners knows one of the biggest challenges is managing people, and what that is like, and just teach them those small little things. So when they are done there, so that they can go out into the world and become fashion superstars. I'm
glad you're in the studio because I'm sure we have a lot of parents, who are also battling with their kids. Your child tells you, oh, I want to be a DJ, I want to be a fashion designer. Says, no, why don't you become a lawyer? Why don't you do this? And, I always say nothing is guaranteed in life. You can be a lawyer, but be out of a job.
Yeah, exactly.
You can have someone like me, who's a freelancer, who's been on radio for over 20 years, but I've never been out of a job. So it just depends, on the individual and how one is passionate about their career or about their job. And I'm sure your parents obviously could not understand what is this fashion all about.
You know what? To be a sustainable fashion designer, and that is also what I teach the kids, is that you have to be a businessman first. I am in the business of fashion. So my business skills is what I pride myself on. I don't call myself a fashion designer. I call myself a businessman because I have many other businesses as well. So I think just to be clear on taking a decision to go into a creative field is a few things. You have to really be passionate about this, because if you are not, if this is not if you're not starting doing this when you're 12 years old and you are really passionate and you're willing to learn the hard side of it, paying your school fees, like learning to sew, learning to make patterns, then fashion is probably not for you. If it's something you want to do for Instagram and to make yourself look good, it's also not for you.
Yeah.
And those are things that you must be cognizant of. And then of course, talent works is great if you have talent. I personally feel that you can teach talent, but if you have a bit of talent there, it's already like one up on you. And then just sharpen your business skills. As much as you learn to sew, you must read those business books. You must indulge yourself while you are learning to sew. In the background, no Beyonce. You have to have motivational things that inspire you in the background. And then also, I tell the kids to surround themselves with positive people that is a good influence on them, because you are the company that you keep. And that is just a few ways that I try and educate the kids for them to kind of like wrap themselves around this blanket of what it would take to be a successful fashion designer.
Yeah, Radio 2000 in the afternoon is Glen. Yeah, we've got Gert Johan Coetzee. He's in the studio celebrating 12 years. He's been in the fashion industry, and he's also teamed up with the Northwest School of Design. So what inspires your brand?
My brand, you're the women of the world. Glit, glamour, cameras flashing so much that it could blind you. I love working with people of substance, people that is actually doing things, people that are making changes in people's lives. I mean, working with people like Thuli Madonsela, I mean, how inspiring is that?
Yeah.
And just to be in that energy. When I did those dresses for Oprah Winfrey, just to be in the presence of that much greatness inspires me. So when I'm designing, I'm thinking, what would those women want to wear? And then I come up with a complete fantasy in my head, and then it comes out the dresses. You know, it's like a bit of magic also, because I can look at a person and then the idea drops in. I think it's almost like a collaboration between energy. Like, because I'm not one of those designers, and I've never been, to force you into something that I think is going to look good on you. I want to know what you want, and then I'm going to make you look as best as you possibly can. And I do that with the women of the world. I think of what women want. You know, that's the age-old question, what women want. And then the idea jumps into my head, and then I design it, I sketch it, and then we make it.
All right. Let's quickly talk about, this project that you're doing with the Northwest School of Design before we forget about it, because that's the reason why you are here. Yeah. Tell us about the bursary program and who can benefit from it.
Okay, so the bursary program is currently open. It is closing the next 2 weeks. And this year has been the biggest year yet. We've had so many entries, but I think send those entries in. Then you need to, it's so easy. You can go to my Instagram, Gert Johan Coetzee. You can go to my website, click down on my Instagram, click the link tree, find the bursary program link, and then click on it and then enter. It's very self-explanatory, but basically you have to be South African and you have to have matric. Those are the only things. Read through what it needs to be entered, do that, and then send through your entry. And then I go through all of them personally myself, and then the top 7 gets invited to the graduation fashion show at the Northwest School of Design in Klerksdorp, where I'll then have a one-on-one interview with the students, and then we'll choose one winner this year that will then get the bursary. Wow. And also, Bernina, the sewing machine brand, was kind enough to sponsor a sewing machine. So you also get a sewing machine to start you off on your fashion journey.
Incredible. And obviously, people have to go either on your socials, Instagram, or go on your Twitter account.
Yes. Everything is there. So on my Twitter account, I will, when I leave here, retweet the link on my Twitter so it's nice and fresh and high up. But on my Instagram, it's on my link tree. So you just go click on all my little link trees. You'll see it's there. If you can't find it there, if you don't have Instagram, go to gertjohancoetzee.com and go to the tab. You'll see there the menu. You'll see there's a search here that says bursary.
Tell us about your showroom in Los Angeles.
The showroom in Los Angeles. That is so exciting, guys. So what happens is Nicki Minaj, all these A-list celebrities would phone or see in the DM they want something, and I'll lose my mind and I'll be so excited. But they want it for next week Tuesday and it's Thursday. So now what now? So what I've done is I've actually opened up a showroom there where all my most beautiful dresses and all my newest dresses gets shipped off to, and it sits there. So when somebody needs something in Los Angeles, they can just phone the showroom and we ship to New York as well. And then that way we can have a better chance of getting more South African fashion out into the world. And it's a beautiful thing. It's very exciting, and there is lots of exciting things coming from it. I mean, when I dressed Lizzo, I had to keep that a secret for about 6 months. So imagine the secrets that I'm keeping.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I love this creative world, and I can just imagine what you go through when a Nicki Minaj says, "I'm going to the Grammys." What can you do for me?
You know what? Again, gratitude is what it's about. And for me, I'm just, for now, while it's still in the development phase, so grateful, so unbelievably grateful that I'm on those people's shopping lists.
Yeah.
And I think that is the small win that we have to look at right now.
And I'm sure at the beginning that was not the case. So when do you think people started embracing your brand?
You know what? I think it is since I dressed the Kardashians. I think
really,
that is what I think that was one of the first highlights of things, and that was also before social media.
Yeah,
and then it goes back to that saying, where how do you eat an elephant? You one bite at a time. And I think this hasn't happened overnight. I've been doing this for 12 years, and before that I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. So it is one little win at a time. I mean, at the moment I'm working on my new collection that I'm super excited about. My previous collection, I was trying to manifest, you know, the manifestation board thing. And I was trying to manifest what would it like for a collection to sell out.
Yes.
And in the first week, it sold out, and then I made more, and it sold out. And I was so excited to have a collection that sold out twice. And now I'm working on the new collection that's launching the 30th of September. And that is, again, going to be such a beautiful, fresh breath of fresh air from Gert and Coetzee. Because every time, you also have to know, when you're a fashion designer, what the women in my world already have in their cupboard. So I can't give them the same thing every time. So now I must, the skirt that they bought last season, now I must make a top that goes with it this season that would complement the skirt. So, you know, it's like a whole thought process about what my customer has in their closet. And I'm very excited to show the new update on the 30th of September.
Surely, I mean, with your work in such demand, you don't work alone.
Oh,
how many
goodness.
people?
You know, I'm so blessed with my staff.
Yeah.
I've got a beautiful team of about 30 people that all are boss people. They're like boss ladies and men. They can be me, and they help run all the projects. I mean, it's a group effort. You can never ever, and I can never ever take all the credit for myself, because it's not just me. I'm surrounded by the best team in the world, not even just South Africa. My girls and my men and women that supports the brand is phenomenal.
So tell me this: is obviously you dress, you know, South African women, American women. Is there a difference between, you know, what you create for international people and South African people?
No, because that is what makes me special. That is why people want Gert and Coetzee, is because of my unique design style, my aesthetic, my signature. I think it is this extreme combination about growing up in South Africa and being on the farm and all those things I didn't understand when I was a child. Why am I here on this farm if I want to be in New York?
Mm-hmm.
And only later in my life, when I started embracing it, I feel that is when the true explosion came. Earlier you asked me, when did I really start to get noticed? Yes, the Kardashians, but I always looked for inspiration in the world. And it was, for me, when I really felt like I stepped into myself, was through COVID, where we could not travel. I always used to travel and then design a collection based on where I was.
Yeah.
Now I was at home, and that is when I got the biggest successes. Going back to the farm, going back to my roots, going back to the amazing people that I grew up with, and drawing my inspiration from there is what gave me my true power. And I always tell people, stop looking for things around the world. We've got everything at home. Just embrace it.
Speaking about we've got everything at home, have you ever thought of getting the green card? Because you are in demand. What are the possibilities of you saying, listen, I'm jumping on a plane, I'm going to buy a property in L.A.
By Felicia.
Yes.
Yes. No. You know what? I think I would always be kind of based in South Africa because, like I said, it's a South African brand. It's what makes me it must make me special. Imagine Versace rocks up and they move to Italy, to the States. That you have to always kind of be based where your people are, where your skills are, the people that can make the clothes. So of course I'll buy a house in LA. Maybe I have one already.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. But I think I understand where you come from, because there's actually no need for me to relocate full time, because you've got the internet. People already know where you are, to find you.
Yes, and you can be on radio in LA, New York, Italy, wherever, and you can be based in South Africa. I mean, that's the beauty of technology, isn't it?
Wow. Such a pleasure chatting to you, Gert.
It was so much
Johan
fun.
Coetzee.
Johan Coetzee.
I like stressing that.
No,
thank you so much, man. Listen, all the best. Keep representing us. And I hardly ever wear suits, man. You see how I dress? I just like
I like what you wear. I see you wearing Michael Kors. There's Hatch and Coetzee hoodies that is even better than that.
Well, I'll come and buy.
Yes.
And when I make a promise, I keep it.
Yes, please. And you must come to my beautiful new studio in Bryanston. Sure, guys, this almost killed me. I had this dream of the studio I wanted.
Yes.
And I built it, and it's finished, and we're in it.
Listen, I'll make a 10. I'll come buy some clothes.
Come buy some bubbles. We always...
And I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, damn it. Okay, some Fanta.
Maybe sparkling mineral water.
Okay.
It's the closest thing to bubbly.
Yes.
To champagne. Yes. It's like driving a red Golf. It's a poor man's Ferrari.
Yes, yeah.
It's red. Right? Yes. We've run out of time. Thanks, Gert.
Thank you.
All the best with that project in the northwest. Bukoni Bupirima. That's the northwest.
Okay.
We call it Bukoni Bupirima.
Oh, goodness. I'm not going to insult the language by trying to.
Bukoni Bupirima. That's the northwest. Thank you so much. Listen, all the best.
Thank you so much.
And I hope you go out and discover a new hot designer from the northwest.
Yes. I'm sure we will. No, the designers can be from around the country.
Yeah, the country, yes.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. That's it. That's Fashionable Fridays with Gert Johan Coetzee. Radio 2000, our music, your memories. You are late for the news. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. It's time for the news. It's 4:02.
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Thank you. The top stories are alleged kidnappers burnt to death in Limpopo and DA